Today, October 23, 2021, I'm heading to the CNMI Museum of History and Culture to learn more about the rich history of the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands.
Half a day Zaptero. My name is Archie Hoster. I'll be your docent for today. Welcome to the CNMI Museum of History and Culture. So, Station 1 is the flying proas. The flying proas is an essential fishing tool in Chamorros. They are skilled fishermen, sailors, and navigators. There are 6 types of proas, the Saipan being the largest, measuring more than 40 feet, and it's used for long voyages and deep sea fishing.
The museum is headed by Executive Director Daniel Aquino.
Arrival of the Spaniards and Caribbeans. Basically, from the Magellan Zone discovered the islands in 1521. Half a century later, Miguel de Gaspi paid for the islands from the Spanish king. In 1668, Jesuits and missionaries were on the islands turning Chamorros into Catholic faith. In the 1800s, Caribbeans came from the Carolina Islands because a typhoon destroyed their islands. But before they came here, they have to go to the island of Guam, where they asked the Spaniards permission to settle down here in Saipan.
The museum is situated in the old Japanese hospital in Garapan, Saipan, making it one of the CNMI's iconic places.
Due to pre-Latin period, so the ancient Chamorros, they originated from Indonesia and Philippines. So there were 3 classes in the prehistoric Chamorros society. The Matuas are the high class, the Achawan are the middle class, and the Manatsang are the low class. So all this ancient Chamorro pottery is the Mariana's breadware, dating back to 3,800 years ago. These are drawings from the French that came here in 1819. All were French drawings, and they drew what life was in 1819. Station 5, the German period. The Germans were here for a short 15 years. The Spanish lost the war with the Americans in 1898, which the Spanish sold the islands to the Germans for $4.5 million, and they gave Guam to the United States. Station 6, the Japanese period. They were here for 30 years, from 1914 to 1944. On October 14, 1914, the Japanese administration started. In 1921, the Japanese were mandated to take care of the islands. In 1935, the Japanese withdrew from the League of Nations, which is why the war started with the U.S. and Japanese on June 15, 1944. Station 7. These are photos from the National Archives and Research Administration that came from College Park, Maryland. It was disclassified just 2 years ago, June 2019, with the Humanities Council. Unification with the United States. So this is the covenant between the Northern Mariana Islands and the United States to build political union, which U.S. President Gerald Ford signed the covenant on March 24, 1976, making it a holiday, covenant day we celebrate today. World War II artifacts, where we have American medical kits and equipment for the war, Japanese medical kits and equipment for the war, Japanese flag, and of course we have the last holdouts that the Japanese were stuck in on a island for 6 years, and these are the real guns and the real flag that they surrendered to U.S. Commander Johnson. post-war internment camps. So there were 3 camps in Saipan for the Japanese, locals, and Koreans. In the camps, basically everything was destroyed, so anything that civilians can find, they take something and they make all of this, sell it to the U.S. military for money. It's a Spanish galleon built in Cavite, Philippines by Chinese artisans and Filipino laborers. On its first voyage of the conception went from Manila to Acapulco for 200 days and bringing back New World silver to the Asian countries to Manila. On its second voyage, the Conception left Manila Bay on typhoon season on August 10, 1630. So the typhoon destroyed their sails, and then the wind drifted all the way here to the southern tip of Saipan, where it sank in a Guinean point on September 20, 1638.
Smile and wave!